you might not be. This might be a book for you and your delicate parts. So let's start. I don't know what chapter this is. I don't think you want to know either. Oh, chapter 3, Le Rendezvous.
Le Rendezvous?
Yeah.
Le Rendezvous.
As I reach in my car.
Come on, you got to get a little sexy with it.
I'm just the beginning. This is the beginning. They're not into it yet.
Oh, all right.
As I reach in my car, I pop the trunk so I can change my CD selection. Since it's evening, I replace my hardcore rap with smooth R&B. The first song I have to hear is Gold Time of the Day by Maze. Have you ever heard it? Not me either. Featuring Frankie Beverly. Due to the setting of the sun and to put me in the mood for tonight's events, I lean against my ride and roll the windows down so the background music can be heard. And I dial the Lovely's phone. Lovely's, as in a name. I hate this book. Which she immediately answers in a soft, sensual voice.
Hello?
Wait a minute. Good evening, C. And how will you do me? Oh. Long, hard, and continuously, the way you like it. When will you be here to give it to me? Very soon, love. And with this, I hop in my ride and slide off. That sounds so disgusting.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's going on? I am Stello Ain't Shit, aka the guest who never left, Rich Uncle Stello, everything you want to call me, man. And this is Weird Radio on BeExposedRadio.com. Kenyon's running a little late, so I'm trying to hold it down right now. But his lovely wife is in the building with your boy.
Hello.
Howdy do, darling.
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm groovy.
Yes, groovy.
And you guys probably guessed today's topic is Stello doesn't fucking know because he never knows. It's a beautiful thing. So I guess for the next hour we can just talk about random stuff.
Well, I know when he gets here, he plans on talking about the weekend that we had.
Okay.
We performed this weekend. Well, I performed with Nate at the Ramblewood Campground.
Ah, word. How was that?
It was a really good performance, man. I got an opportunity to work on some stuff that I haven't in a while. It felt a lot like so the festival is geared towards performers in the DMV. So you had a lot of bands and theater companies from DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. So they're encouraged to come. And frankly, there were a great deal of people from Baltimore. Like we ran into a ton of people we knew. It was kind of fun.
Okay.
And we weren't anticipating that. So that was fun. But so in thinking about that, and next time if we do it again, we'll definitely make sure that we promote it a little better amongst our friends, because I guess all these people know each other. So when we showed up to perform, like we literally cleared a room. It was kind of interesting. It's like, oh, okay. Right. And I know I'm not a bad actor, so and I have to remind myself that it was not just a theater competition, but it was not a competition, but a theater festival. It was a performance festival. So there were music acts and other stuff that was going on. And when you're competing against a rock band, theater kind of loses out 9 times out of 10. So, but it was interesting. We had a good weekend. We spent some time with some friends. That's what I can talk about. The relationship between child and parent, and relationship between you and your in-laws. Because it's Kenyon and I are very lucky in that we have a very candid relationship. Like we're very, very open and honest. It is always the whole truth, which is not something a lot of people can say about any relationship that they have, much less their romantic relationship.
Right.
So we and I guess it's because we didn't start out wanting to be romantic. We started out just, kicking it. We were just friends. He had come from another school where he had gone to school with all of his friends from high school.
Yeah.
So then he moved and was now at Morgan by himself. And I know what that's like, to be with all my friends and then suddenly be by myself. I was that age when that happened to me.
Mhm.
So I knew the things that were going through my mind at the time, and recognizing myself went to save myself. Yeah. So I made a point of spending time with him, hanging out with him, being friends. And because that's how it started out, there was no need to hide, pretend, put on airs or anything like that. So then when we realized, well, not really interested in, I haven't met anybody I like more than you since I met you. So, why don't we just kick it?
Yeah.
So that foundation allowed us to build a very cool glass house. And so we spend a lot of time talking to each other about the things that we like, the things that we don't like. And because parents are parents, yeah, you have to respect them. There's an inherent respect that must be given to anyone, to parents. I don't always want to say anyone in authority. That's a very totalitarian view on life. I don't think anybody in authority deserves respect. Some people in authority do. But parents do deserve an inherent amount of respect. The person who took the time out of their life to raise you gets respect.
Yeah, always.
Most of the time. Or the person who brought you here, because they may not always be the same person.
Right.
So, when you are in a position where you're kind of dependent on your circumstances, kind of leave you in a spot where you're dependent on the help of in-laws. Unfortunately, what will happen is ulterior motives will sometimes seep in.
Okay.
So I just encourage anyone who's listening and everyone who's listening, have real conversations with your partner. Real conversations, open, honest conversations. Speak your whole heart, whether you really understand it or not. Because a lot of times saying it out loud is what really allows you to say, oh, you know what? That's not really how I feel. That's how I thought I felt. When I said it out loud, I didn't really feel that way. I feel, no, this is how I really feel about it.
Yeah.
And in any relationship, but especially your romantic relationships, you want there to be, there are those who subscribe to the idea that you don't tell your partner everything. And to a certain degree, yeah, that's true. You don't have to tell your partner everything. I kind of understand that, but don't necessarily subscribe to it. I don't know. And maybe I talk too much. I could be the other side of that. But, I think we both appreciate being able to have a relationship where I can say, yo, bae, I really want to just kick your mom in the forehead. And he'd be like, yeah, it's okay. Well,
yeah, that should always be okay.
It should.
I mean,
perhaps not always. Not everyone feels that way, though.
Listen, I know my mom's a handful. Sometimes I feel that way about my own mother. So if I was in a relationship with a woman and she felt that way at a certain moment, I would understand, because she can get like that sometimes.
Right. And I guess that's what you deal with whenever you enter into any kind of relationship with somebody. You kind of have to deal with their given circumstances. And parents are most definitely given circumstances.
Yeah. I hate cleaning my image up for people's parents, though. Oh shit! I didn't even see we were. Man, you had me in golf. We'll be right back. Take us out.
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it. You don't do anything but think about it.
What are we going to do if we lose the house? Where are we going to go?
At work.
I can't let anybody find out. I'm so embarrassed.
At dinner.
How can I tell the kids? It's going to wreck their lives.
And at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get through this. What's going to happen to us?
It's time to stop thinking. It's time to start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options.
I'm all alone.
No, you're not. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. And now there are more ways to help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit Making.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten...
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we are back. Hello. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, I should say.
That's cute. That's clever. I like that.
I can't take credit for it. Charlemagne the God always says that shit.
Oh,
That's my guy.
Charlemagne.
Best shout out to Power 105.1, man. I love their show.
I am kind of a fan of Charlemagne the God.
I'm not a fan of everything he says
No.
all the time. Sometimes he's my guy, other times he misses. It's just like DJ Vlad. Vlad is my dude until he says some dumb shit out his mouth.
Like, why? What?
Yeah, and that's how I feel about Charlemagne. Sometimes I'm rocking with him, but then sometimes I just can't even.
I just have this whole love-hate relationship with hip-hop in general. Like, there are a few artists I love. The more obscure the artist, probably the more I love them. But I'm just not, like, I have my moments where, you know, I'm okay with all the language and the misogyny and I'm okay. You know, sometimes it's like, you don't bother me too much. But then, you know, I mean, and I guess it all depends on the artist. Like, I can listen to, I've recently found it more and more difficult to listen to some of Tupac's songs that I know all the words to and used to love. Now I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to skip that on Pandora.
Wow, that's my guy.
I'm kind of surprised because I'm not usually, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting old.
No, it's because you're starting to analyze music more. To be honest with you, like we were having this conversation recently. There's a lot of shit I grew up listening to. I didn't really know what I was listening to. It's just, it felt right. So I was really rocking to it. And then when I got older, I would go back and play these songs. And I was like, damn, I was really like,
I loved this song.
This was my shit, apparently. That's wild. But I've kind of removed myself from the whole hip hop conversation as of late because I'm tired of it. I'm honestly tired of it. If you know me personally, you know that I am a hip hop head, tried and true. I know my shit about music. I know music. I know rap. And I'm sick of debating. I'm really sick of debating. I'm sick of hearing, I'm not even gonna say people's excuses, but the way they're just writing off real lyricism now. I don't even care to talk about it anymore.
It's unfortunately like almost I feel the same way about R&B. I don't think R&B is the same. I don't think that it ever will be the same.
Yeah.
I think that what happened to it is that capitalism got a hold of it. And unfortunately, the reality, in my opinion, of capitalism is that it ruins everything. It sucks the soul out of everything. And it's so unfortunate. I want to live in a society that does not require money. I want to live in a society where you exchange goods and services I made this quilt. You need a quilt. I need my plumbing done. Can you come do my plumbing? Like, that's the world I want to live in. I want to bake you some cookies and a meatloaf, and you hang my drapes. That's what I want life to be like.
That would be great.
Well, and it's just because, like, I was listening to a commercial this morning that made me laugh. It was a commercial about every day some mothers and children have to walk miles to find water, and it's usually contaminated and dirty. And I was like, well, that's only because water is a commodity. It's not a right. If it were a right, they wouldn't have that problem because they would have water supplied to them.
Yeah.
But because water is something you have to pay for and they don't have no money, what else are they supposed to do?
Right.
Water should be something. This planet is like 75% water.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why can't people
mind-boggling?
get water? I don't
Mind-boggling.
understand what you're telling me. But this is why I don't believe they're ever going to fix the water in Flint. Bottled water companies are making money hand over fist.
Yep.
Because people are buying bottles by the thousands and shipping it.
Yep.
Bottled water companies are making money. Shipping companies are making money.
Oh yeah.
Plastic companies are making money. It just like, and then whoever this is that's dumping the lead into the water is also making money. So as long as these people are making money and they shave a little bit off the top and pass it to whoever they're supposed to, it's going to continue to be like this.
Of course. That's the way the world works.
You guys got to read Octavia Butler. I'm telling you.
I've heard her name so many times, but I have no clue who that woman is.
So I gave TC a book. He has not read it. He's very busy. Steal it from him. I think you'll enjoy it. But she wrote a couple of books called the Parable series. And in the Parable series, she creates a character named Lauren, which is how Lauryn Hill got her name. And Lauren creates her own religion, and then through that finds strength to survive in a basically post-apocalyptic America.
Right.
So the way she sets up America is the problems that we have now: pollution, outsourcing of jobs to other countries, and incredible rates of debt have turned America into a third world country.
Right.
Where Lauren lives, she lives in a cul-de-sac compound, and there are several of them. Hold on, I want to go over time.
No, I got you.
There's several of them. People live in. This is kind of how people. The richer you are, the higher the security. So they're not. They would have been considered upper middle class Americans at the time when America was great. They are now at the poverty line, and everyone else is below that. Is below poverty line. So their neighborhood, they put money together and they built a fence, put some razor wire on the top of it, and then they have these giant gates that they built, and they bought the materials and built themselves. They couldn't pay anybody to build them.
Right.
And no one has cars. They bike ride back and forth. So one of the stories I'll tell you is how she loses her father. Her father is a reverend, and he's the leader of their particular community. And he works at a school. He's a professor at a college. So he'll go to the college, stay the week, and then come back at the end of the week. And he rides his bike back and forth. Well, he never comes back one week. And they called the police, and the police showed up, asked a bunch of questions, ran some people for their money, and bounced. Like, the cops are gangsters. They have no loyalty to anybody. If you can't pay, we're not investigating anything.
Of course.
And half the questions we ask you are because we think you did it. You just called us to waste our time. So that's kind of the attitude that you get from cops. Police brutality is a thing that we're dealing with right now, right? Cops who don't care about people. Okay, follow me now. I'm going to bless you. So she talks about pollution, about the poor political system, because the man who is running for president at the time that the book begins is you. Now, she wrote this book, and now this book was written in the 90s. Had to be mid 90s. Okay. That guy is running for America, is running for president using the slogan, "Make America Great Again." Yes. And he is known for having overzealous followers who create factions in different states and began running around pressing their own agenda. Because cops aren't enforcing the law anymore.
Right.
So now people can do whatever they want. There are debtors' prisons, which is a thing now, and it shouldn't be. It's not supposed to be, but it is still a thing. So if you owe the government money and they say, okay, you need to pay me, you can't pay me, you can't pay me, you can't pay me. Now we're going to put you in jail because you can't pay me. Well, how am I supposed to get out of jail because I'm in jail and I'm not making any money and I can't pay you? And the longer I'm here, the longer I owe you, the longer I have to stay here. So how exactly am I supposed to do that? Well, in Octavia's novel, what happens is you have companies who begin to buy towns, because towns are basically corporations,
Right.
and your mayor is your CEO, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, she's got her board of trustees, which is the cabinet. Companies, if they have enough money and the town is small enough, I mean, there are a couple of ghost towns that you could probably go on eBay and buy right now if you had the cash. Yeah. So companies buy these towns, they move in their factory, and then they move in workers. Well, you're not earning money, you're earning company dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So to stay in this company house costs you $300 a month. To buy groceries for your family of 5 at the grocery store that's run by the company, where you use company dollars to buy your groceries, runs you about $700-800. Well, maybe no. Groceries are probably about $300 or $400 a month if you're wise. But they're only paying you $200 a week. So right.
Yeah.
So now you owe them money. So you can't quit because you owe them money for your lodging and your groceries and all the other services they're providing you.
Right.
But you're not making any money. So you can't really. So now you are enslaved to this company because you owe them money and they're not paying you enough money to pay them back. And they're not paying you in actual dollars. And so that's kind of what Flint felt like to me when I was like, this is crazy. This entire town has been poisoned by the government.
Oh yeah.
And then people did not burn shit down. I would have burned shit down. But that's the problem. Americans are very complacent.
Oh yeah.
But part of that is being stupid. Complacent, ignorance allows you to live in a kind of bliss because you have no idea the real weight of the world. You're just kind of floating around in it.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of very, very simple people in this country who don't know enough. Because they don't know enough, things like what happened in Flint happened. I'm telling you, she wrote these books in the mid-90s. She predicted that in 25 years or 25 to 30 years, we would be where she has written America in the book. And when I say, man, we are on the trail.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially if Donald Trump gets voted in as president, we going to be there in about 5 years. Like,
in the words of my mother, we're going straight to hell in a handbasket.
Yes. So I have been looking at places to live outside of America.
Yeah. That would be nice. I don't know any other languages, so I need to really brush up on that so I can just get
Everybody
the fuck
speaks
out
English.
of here.
Everybody speaks English. We're the only country that people don't seriously learn a second language. Everybody learns to speak English.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I would still want to learn another language though, so I don't be.
But that's how they know you're an American, because you can't speak any other language when you go somewhere else. Kenyon and I are going to invest in learning Mandarin and Spanish, because those are the two other business languages that you will run into no matter where you are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Mandarin is especially valuable because China owns all of America's debt.
Oh yeah.
And whenever they decide to come collect, they're just gonna be taking states with them when they
I believe it. I believe it.
So I think Mandarin would be a very smart language to learn to speak. And it's another language where most of the places you go, you'll run into somebody who knows how to speak it. And we think it would be a great advantage for our son to be able to speak Mandarin from a very young age. So that's our plan.
Yeah, that would be dope.
It's learning a language isn't hard. It's a commitment. It's not necessarily difficult, but it requires time every day.
Trust me, I know. I got the app Duolingo.
I haven't been on my Duolingo in so long.
I know, exactly. It was cool when I first got it. Every single day, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then it just kind of slow down, then it
fizzles out.
stops.
But that's the whole thing. That's how you learn a language. That's how you remember a language. You spend every day talking in that language, which is why you get things like the French Club and the Mandarin Clubs. They are getting together and they're just having regular conversation, but they're making a point of using this language that they learned. So my parents speak to each other in French all the time just to keep it fresh.
That's cool.
My dad's Spanish is not so great. He doesn't spend time speaking. He doesn't spend time using it. But there are a lot of, I'm a huge fan of Octavia Butler and the Parable series. The way she wrote them, it really gives you or at least for me, it gave me the opportunity to step back and really think about how I'm going through life and about how I think about the future and the way that I think it's supposed to be and the way that it actually might be according to the way the world works. So I think I'm going to have myself a little bug out bag.
Well, that should be dope.
Yeah.
But shit. Oh, okay. See, I'm glad it worked. We're gonna go to a break really quickly, but we will be right back. If you got something you want to talk about, or if you want to just tell us shut the hell up, give us a call 410-702-5657 or text us. Oh, thanks, Art. Thank you.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know you're probably just a little bit nervous.
You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life.
Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway.
And this. And this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
I didn't know it could do that!
Because one trip to the forest can spark a world of difference.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you
And discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, canoeing, fishing, or camping. Or create your own adventure with family and friends, and you might just see this. Your moment's out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon. Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S.
Free
Forest
stuff for
Service.
you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the radio loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the radio loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we are back. Welcome back to Weird Radio. I am Stello and shit. And of course, I have Big Mama Amma with me. And who just walked in? Big light skin Phil.
Hey,
the fuzzy brother himself.
How's everybody doing? I'm sorry.
You are fuzzy.
Yes, just a little.
Hey, fuzzy as shit, man.
Listen, we are not.
We're having that conversation.
No, we're not. There are a lot of things about me that are still in question. We're still wondering exactly where they come from. So let's not go there.
Dude, don't feel bad. I am fuzzy as well. I take this shirt off, looks like a fucking sweater vest.
But Stello, you know.
You don't even seem like you'd be that hairy.
He's being modest. It's really not even that bad. His is not even that bad, to be honest.
Dream killer.
Like,
you look like a Mohican, like an Indian. You got no hair on you.
You know how we always compare it to like taco meat?
Mm-hmm.
He has vegan taco meat.
Oh,
ain't that a bitch? You don't come on my program disrespecting me and my body hair, okay?
I love you. You're my bro. You already know.
You do realize this is my hood, right?
Sort of.
You in my hood, right?
Sort of. I'm just checking. I'm just visiting. That's all it is. I hope my mic's coming in clear. It sounds kind of weird.
We good?
Hey, you on?
All right, cool. Baby, yeah.
So, anyway.
How was your day? Tell us about your
Uber.
Uber.
We want to get this new segment popping. Confessions of an Uber driver.
Yes. There are some wild stories. Today actually was pretty normal compared to majority of my other days. But I've come to realize that if you can smile and carry on a conversation, people will tell you anything. And the wild stories that I've heard, lesbianism, the other half. And they tell me some of their deepest, darkest secrets. And it's really wild. Like, if I can think of like a really good one, I'm definitely gonna like interrupt whatever we're doing.
I was gonna say, because he could have been doing that while we were on the break,
right?
And he's gonna wait till we're back on air to think about.
I know, it's okay.
It's crazy, but it's cool because I can tell y'all about a crazy story.
Let's do it.
That I have. I work in the hotel industry, and anytime you work in tourism of anything that touches the tourism area, so driving, working at a hotel, working at a restaurant, all these things kind of put you, when people are on vacation, I feel like people are more themselves on vacation than they are at home.
Because nobody that they know, they're expecting to see.
Right. So this was in my first year working at a hotel. I was working the front desk at a hotel in Jacksonville, Florida. Duval. And so
I'll let you continue.
So it's fine, because you know that you got a friend who's from Duval too, so he knows. So The guest had come for a conference at the school board. I work from 7 till 3. So I came in and I meet the person who works overnight. And Miss Darlene said, I don't know what's going on, but I know I have seen no less than 15 women come up and through here tonight. I was like, good God, that's crazy. He works for the school board. He ain't supposed to be like that. That's what?
Hey.
So we had our little, so she's straight. She said, I know what kind of, because it was real obvious who they were coming up and through here with the heels and the dresses. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So when housekeeping came down that day, she came to the desk and I was like, yo, I heard, boy, I had a really good time last night. What, was this room crazy? She said there were condoms everywhere. They were in the bed, they were in the trash, they were in the toilet, they were in the sink, they were in the tub, they were on the floor, they were on the counters, everywhere.
Well, at least you practice safe sex.
At least there was that. But man, how nasty.
Yeah, man. I got to clean up behind myself at least.
Nasty.
Just...
And then you left that for somebody else to clean up. Hotels.
You won't believe the things that people leave behind for other people to clean up. I used to work in a movie theater. I don't know if many of you people know this.
People have sex in movie theaters.
Yes,
too.
I have found a used, it was a Trojan thin condom. Wrapper and everything. Condom was separate from wrapper.
You ain't even put it back in a
extended.
wrapper for me? So all I had to do was pick up one
they
nasty
didn't.
ass thing.
Better believe we burned that that broom and dustpan that we used to clean it up with. That definitely went into the trash can.
Fire.
Or even the compactor that night. And so I also found a cup of piss.
Oh, come on.
Now, I don't know what human being would just whip it out in a full movie theater. This was a very packed show.
Right.
Like this was, for some reason, I don't know if you guys know the movie The Fog. Exactly. I just want you guys to know that it's sold out for some reason. It was a PG-13 like horror flick. So
right. But I think it's that boy who was in it. Because that's the one.
I'll Google it.
That's the one with the dude from
IMDb.
Supernatural, right? Didn't he star in that? The one from Seventh Heaven?
I don't think that was the one. If it is, you might be right.
Yeah, it's the dude from Seventh Heaven.
I don't care.
But that's why.
I got you. Sure.
Horror movies usually do well, though, don't they?
That movie
was trash.
It was like I said. After that first week, it got moved to one of our smaller theaters. But like I said, first of all,
was
this
the cat
human
from
being,
Seventh Heaven? Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
okay,
that's funny.
So the boy was dehydrated, or girl, I don't know who it was, but the boy was dehydrated. Oh, I got another funny story about somebody peeing in the movie theater right after this.
Oh my God, what is going on in movies?
And like I said, it was one of the courtesy cups, but this was a sold out show. I don't know how much brawn you have to just be like, unzip, courtesy cup, pee, make sure it's enough. Okay, clip it off, and then leave it.
Leave it. You didn't even have the decency to carry it out of the theater yourself. You left it. Yeah.
One thing I will say, I am happy that I was the one to clean it up, because if it had been anybody else, we would have had an even bigger situation on our hands. Side note, before we get to the really crazy story, so somebody had taken a shit in the men's restroom. It was the handicap stall. Now, there were railings and all of that stuff. So, the toilet was right up against the wall and they had the railings right there. It had appeared that somebody had squatted over the toilet and then took a side step to the left and then shat.
Stop fucking playing.
On said floor, yes. We drew straws to see who was going to pick it up. I was the lead, so I had to organize them drawing straws. There was no way I was going to touch it anyway. So all right, now the best story. This was my first week working at a movie theater. I'm very brand new, I'm fresh off the presses. I'm walking into some chick flick. I feel like it was Brokeback Mountain for some reason. I don't know. So at the theater that I worked in, this particular movie was playing in one that had a long hallway before you walk to get to the actual seating. So I walk in there just doing my, silence is golden check. That's what they call them. So I walk in and I hit the corner, and then I see a woman standing there. Like she was like a elderly woman. I want to say maybe in like her 50s, 60s, you know, gray hair, like about down to her shoulder. She was a heavy set woman. She was squatting with like her pants halfway down.
No.
When I walked in, like I stopped, I looked at her, and then she said, "Oh no, oh, this isn't happening. Oh no, not again." And I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, do you need help?" And then I swear on my life, I saw her pee in the middle of the hallway. Like this was one of the carpeted hallways, you know, where they dim the lights before you walk into the actual theater. She had peed right there. I said, "Ma'am, let me go get help." I immediately walked out of the theater, went down the hallway, saw my managers. I saw 2 managers and then my lead at the time. Like I said, I was fresh. So they come in, we walk in, we don't see the lady. Nobody came out after me, and the floor was not wet when we walked in there. They were stepping on the floor, and they did not believe my story. I swear on my life that that's what I saw. And this was before I started smoking weed.
Wow. Wow.
That's tight.
That's crazy.
The wildest shit I've ever seen.
I mean, I've seen people piss in public, and it was piss everywhere.
Oh, no, I saw somebody drop
It's like
trout and
large
take a
amounts.
shit.
You don't think so because it's all diluted in the water, but when you put it in a concentrated area,
Nigga, piss spreads.
it's so when you have to deal with the public, man.
Yeah.
It's my first week as a front office manager. So I worked at the Embassy Suites up in Hunt Valley. I worked there for a year and change.
Oh, wow.
And that was the most bizarre place. Anything and everything that could happen.
How bizarre.
So I, my first weekend there was a birthday party. You know how people rent a room and then get a bunch of like 7-year-olds in a room and everybody's having a little sleepover.
I don't think this is going to end well.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Just speaking about really messed up things happening to you in your first week of a new job.
I'm nervous.
So it's my first week. Everyone else there has been there about 6 months. So everyone else there is pretty seasoned. And then I'm the front office manager. So this is after 5 o'clock. So I'm HNIC, right? So I'm making my walks around. I'm checking things out. Kids are in the pool. I see the guy at the pool. The lifeguard, I greet him, whatever. I go back and I'm talking to them about the lifeguard. And they're like, yeah, that's not the usual guy. Regular guy's on vacation. So somebody they sent, he'd been here a couple of weeks. I was like, oh, okay. Next thing I know, I hear screaming. Now, not just kids playing screaming, but like something terrible has happened screaming.
Like a shriek.
Bloody murder
Right.
screaming.
So the whole front desk, all 3 of us run away from the desk down to the pool. And all the kids are being shuffled out of the pool onto the elevator and sent away. And I'm like, oh snap, what's going on? So I get into the pool area, and the lifeguard is holding the little girl around this part of her like this. And he's walking towards me, looking at me like I don't know what to do. She's unconscious. She's just out.
Isn't he a lifeguard?
Nigga, this is your expertise, not mine.
Okay.
So it was one of those moments where I thank God I can't think of his name. I never thought I'd forget his name, but the young dude who was working with us was a lifeguard at a point in his life. So he immediately snatched the girl out of his hands, put her on the ground, and started doing CPR. But I mean, she never woke up from there. So that was the sad part. But just some of the crazy stuff that you run into when you are dealing with the public, because the reality of life is anything can happen at any time, anywhere, and you got to deal with that.
Wait. Okay. Did you just tell me somebody died?
Yes, she did. She died. She never woke up from that. She suffered from severe brain damage after that. Was around for about 7 more days.
That was grim. Where was this?
This is at the Embassy Suites up in Hunt Valley. She was the 3rd person that died on me the year.
Fuck. Somebody died in the Lutherville Timonium area at Embassy Suites. I feel sorry for their parents, but like at a hotel? Like not even like ocean, a hotel?
Nope, at the hotel pool. because anything can happen anywhere.
It's like dying in a brothel. That is fucked up.
Oh, well.
That would be my fate. Wouldn't
He
it?
went out swinging. I'll tell you that.
That would be me.
He went out swinging. I mean, I'm just saying.
But you never know, especially in hotels, because there's a certain amount of dealing with people.
Yeah.
That just comes. You get people who like to be naked.
And there's nothing wrong with nudity.
There's nothing wrong with nudity.
As long as they're okay.
You're in a place that requires that you have on shoes and a shirt for service.
Wait, where are they walking around naked? Where? I need specifics. Like if we're talking about like up and down the hallway, like I'm cool with that. But as soon as like we cross into like lobby, like
your dick is out, we got a problem.
In fact, the other day it came
that's
up
that's
on my
blatant.
Facebook
Like that is blatant.
I had a guy who came to the front desk butt naked.
No, he did. Was he high on some?
Himself out of his room.
Good God.
Now, part of me.
Why was
even
he?
Why did he leave naked?
Why did you leave?
Why
your
was
room?
he asked out in the first
Why
place?
didn't you put something in the door? Because you know you don't have nothing on.
I'm hurt.
Whatever. People do
I mean,
stuff.
where do you think he was going to put his?
He
Now,
wasn't.
Was
one
this
of
a well put together man?
He seemed like it. It was a white guy.
I was about to ask, was he a brother? That sounds like some white man shit.
Isn't that white guy in his mid-30s? I mean,
Right, but was
hotels
he like out of
always
shape?
allow for exhibitionists because you'll get people who will
But
let
was he out of
housekeeping
shape?
come in the room and they know they're standing there naked and they don't say housekeeping. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll come back later. But you were standing there naked and you knew you were naked. You didn't say anything. You just let someone walk in on you naked.
I got no comments. I'm good.
That's what people do in hotels. They do it all the time.
Well, I need to be in one of these hotels. And apparently, Maryland seems to be like one of the jumping spots. You know what? That's what I'm going to do, babe. If you're listening, we're going to go to Hunt Valley for the weekend. Just to see what's up, because I want to see some wild shit.
When I was a GM in South Carolina, I had to go to a regional meeting, so I got to meet all the GMs from my area. And there was one guy. He said, "I've been at this hotel for a week, and I don't know what to do because there's a guest who comes. He insists on being, because this is outside facing hotel. So, when the door is facing the outdoors, there's always like a window there so that you have some natural light that comes in. He insisted on being at the front of the building and opening his window and walking around his room naked. And you couldn't make him close the window. And he insisted on being at the front of the hotel. It was just a mess.
Fuck all that insisting bullshit. Look, bro, we get what you're doing.
He did that on purpose.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Because at the end of the day, we can't. If I and work, certain hotel chains work differently, but Hilton is serious about its guests being happy. They have a hotline you can call and say they made me change my room, and you can say, well, he was standing naked.
Yeah,
in
he
front
got
of the
his
window.
dick out around a
They'll
bunch
say,
of fucking
yeah,
people.
that sucks. You probably shouldn't have changed his room.
Yeah, that sucks, but that's indecent exposure. Like, come on, what do you really want me to
What do you do? What do you do?
But hold on, before you finish, we're about to go to a break in a minute.
Right.
So if you guys have something interesting you want to talk about, if you want to talk about naked and dead people at hotels like we're doing right now, give us a call at 410-702-5657 or text us at 443-642-9403. Check us out on YouTube, of course. Type in Be Exposed Radio and you get to see my big, shiny, beautiful head.
Hey.
All right?
And this beard.
In his beard. Yeah, because beards are great. Apparently, women love hair. But this is Weird Radio on BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be right back.
But when I smoked weed, there was a D on that. When I smoked weed, my inhibitions actually weren't wild. Like I wasn't like, oh, I want to go fly on a kite or jump off this roof or something like that. No, it was quite the opposite. I was very laid back. I actually wanted to eat all the time. Gosh, and I never would get full. And I got sleepy. So I never wanted to go out and do something wrong, like break windows, drive under the influence. Definitely not drive under the influence. Because I wanted to go to sleep like very badly. Like, high sleep is the best sleep ever. Gosh. irresponsible child abusers are going to have free access. That's not the truth, because if they do legalize it, they're going to probably put the same stipulations they do for cigarettes. Now, if you are under 18 and you wind up getting a pack of cigarettes, then that's what happens. I had a pack of cigarettes before I was 18. So what? Because they was, cigarettes was in a machine that, it wasn't nobody standing there. Right. You just pull a little knob and get your little pack of Newports and you go about your business. Now they're not. Now they're behind the counter. So now you have to ask the old person that doesn't have any money, standing outside asking you for $1. I'll give you $1 if you go get me some cigarettes. He will more than likely do it. He'll be like, how old are you? Does it matter, homeless? That's what they say to him. But if it was me, though, that's what they say to him. But if it was me, I'd have been like, can you go get me this pack of cigarettes? And he would be like, well, how old are you? Homeless. One word. That's it. You go get the damn cigarettes and you get this $1. No, I'm just playing. T-Chain's Gamely.
The all-new season of Talk Lately, Monday through Thursday.
Check out this flashback on Gangsta Gada's radio show.
You are true to yourself. You walk that, and you walk it with your head up, because yes, I have this gangster in me. I can do this. I will persevere. I will keep moving. We have Black women who are dealing with mental issues. We have Black women who are dealing with health issues. We have Black women who are dealing with self-esteem issues. Well, we have Black women who are just dealing with issues, child. So as you try to figure out, why am I here? What's my purpose? And that can bring you down. And you have to find that, oh no, you gotta be gangster enough to say, oh no, boo-boo, not today. You will not.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh shit, we're back. And look who got here right on time. What's up, guys?
Hey. It's nice feel being over here because I don't have a headphone, so I'm not hearing that stuff ridiculous reverb. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah. I keep this shit at a minimal volume so I can barely hear it. It's just loud enough that I can hear the claps when I know we're coming back. That's it.
Oh man.
So have you been listening?
With my data? Of course not. Of course not.
Ooh.
No, I am buffering the whole time I'm here.
This is real shit. This is what happens. What service are you with? What service?
T-Mobile. Remember,
T-Mobile
covers nobody covers Baltimore better.
I know. I saw that. I see that billboard frequently when I Uber. It bothers me every time.
That's crazy because they're like a step above Sprint. Sprint's like the bottom of the totem.
Sprint is just above like Metro. Like they
we actually own Metro. That's like a sister.
Wait,
that's
hold
our
up.
daughter
Exactly.
company.
He just come in Sprint.
But wait, I'm not fighting. I've been with Sprint for like 8 years and they held me down. They got the best plans. The service ain't always that great, but fuck it. I can listen to the show when I'm not here.
I'm dealing with the best of the two demons between Verizon and AT&T.
Oh,
I just chose
You're
AT&T.
just trying to pay as much money as possible. I don't care if it works. Just take my paycheck.
Verizon's data packages suck, dude. I can't get with
Yeah, that's the only thing.
We have stayed away from. I started to tell them a little bit about Ramblewood. Off air.
Please, can we?
I did not say anything on air.
Because this is another one that I'm intrigued about, babe. If you're listening again, we're gonna check out Ramblewood.
Yes, you
Type
will.
in Camp Ramblewood.
I'm going because I want to watch.
We have a horror night.
They have a nightmare festival.
Not horror.
October.
Not horror.
His eyes lit up.
I heard that too. Oh my god! All right, so
He sounded a little too excited.
let me let's go back to Camp Ramblewood. So
You look like a light-skinned
now,
Jamaican.
how about this? You're the second person to ever say that phrase to me. Light-skinned Jamaican.
Like
That's
so
the second
brown.
time I've heard that in my life.
like this is what you would normally look like if you were actually from Jamaica, but you were still fair skinned. Like this is your permanent complexion. I'm sorry, you're not gonna let this one down. But continue about Camp Ramblewood. I apologize.
It's like TC's not here, but he's here.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
This is your doing.
So,
You wanted this.
You walked in.
this is
Oh,
my
my goodness.
So we go up to Ramblewood. Now, I was asked if I wanted to go because they were doing some theater stuff up there. I was like, yeah, sure. My son's gone. Yeah, I'll make a trip of it. When we got there,
You took the boy.
No, no. The boy was gone. So I was like,
Okay.
yeah, I ain't got nothing to do.
Okay.
I don't want to like kick it with my mom. Like she's cool, but that cool. So we go up there, and it's out in airport deposit. It's out in sticks. That's cool.
Mhm.
We get there, we park. We have to sign a 6-page waiver.
Oh,
So I'm like, oh,
6 pages.
wait a minute. Sheesh. Her, Nate, and Kyle. Ain't no reading. Oh, sign? Yeah, sure. Signature? Sure. Initials? Whatever. So I'm reading this. Had to flip it back and forth, see what's going on.
Yeah. You're supposed to.
In big letters, it says, this is a clothing optional campground. Oh. All right. Now, being taken into a place where that's clothing optional is like, was that Chris Rock's joke about being taken into the hood? Like you got to know beforehand. You can't just.
Yeah. You got to make proper adjustments.
Yes.
Like personal
Mental,
grooming.
You got to
emotional.
check yourself.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right. So this is fine. We'll deal. We like
so,
being
so
naked.
you did sign it.
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah, we like being naked. That's fine. See, the thing that people forget is that where we live right now, this is not the Playboy Channel. Okay, this is National Geographic.
Yes,
No,
it is.
So I told some of my coworkers about, oh man, I would love to go. I was like, yo, whoa. There's not just clones of Zoe Saldana walking around.
Yeah,
No,
right.
that's not what happens.
Oh, absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
you got Harambe. Just
Yo.
all right. So we're walking around trying to find this place. We see some tits. We're nice. Like, oh, okay. Clothing optional.
There you go.
Cool. All
Makes
right. See some more. Oh, all right. Great. We see there's this concert going on, and it's weird hippie music. I mean, everybody's dancing like
Oh,
this.
Jesus.
Yeah.
man.
You should have
Yeah.
already known.
I should have
Yeah.
You
known.
should have.
So I see a man
No.
fully naked
Ooh.
dancing with a woman who is not at all. And that was the most offensive part for me. His pale white man ass was unexpected, and he was in a crowd, so it's like, oh.
Was the girl enjoying it?
I think they were enjoying the music. He was vibing himself. He was behind her. She had clothes on and he didn't. I was offended.
Right.
Like she wasn't like in a bra
Right.
and her no,
She didn't do nothing.
She was just
Clothed.
She was still like, yeah.
fully
She's like,
gone.
you're cool. I mean,
Right.
nice
Oh,
dick.
no, I guarantee.
like nice dick, but
I
I'm
guarantee
good.
they came together. I guarantee they came together,
That's
which
terrible.
made it even more weird for me because he
That's
just stripped, and she was like, "Nah."
I'm good.
He saw
Were
that
they
clothing
together?
optional part and was
I
like,
believe so.
You believe they were together anyway?
I'm not talking to nobody, especially no white naked man. I'm not gonna converse, but I'm assuming.
I mean,
Just because
it depends on how long you watched it.
based like I watched it. I assume that based off of a couple of actions and behaviors. All right. If they
Okay,
didn't,
so-
if you start dancing with somebody you don't know, you're focused on the dancing.
Yeah.
She was focused on the music.
Okay.
oh,
She's used to this.
he
Nah,
does it
she
at
could
home
just
all
be
the time.
ignoring it, though.
No,
like a girl at a club, like normally.
Nobody's
No.
gonna ignore a
Nobody
grown ass
ignores-
naked
That's
man.
the thing. Maybe he might have gotten a little turned. Maybe he was off of a couple beers and maybe
Nobody's going to
Nah, bro.
ignore a
Bill,
grown
please stop
naked
trying to justify this
man.
man's actions.
I'm not trying to
I
justify.
have to
I'm
move
just trying
on.
to figure out whether or not they're together.
I have to move on.
You
with this
haven't
guy.
presented any.
They
You gotta
had
get
to be
in the
together.
I know, I gotta
Like
move
they
on.
had to.
So-
man.
So we go do our piece, which turns out was in the woods,
Literally.
in the dark.
Mm.
Because if you don't know this, if you live in the city, at night it gets black.
Yeah.
That's what
Light
happens.
pollution is a real thing.
That's what happens.
Absolutely.
It gets black outside. Not
Yeah.
dark,
Like,
black.
I used to live in the woods.
Jesus.
I
Black.
said-
You didn't see my you didn't see my parents' old house when we had that house party. You missed it.
Yeah, because I would have been killed.
No,
Y'all would have never known.
it wasn't even that bad.
There's a haunted man named Jimbo out in the woods.
No, there isn't. I've ridden
So-
many a dirt bike and 4-wheeler back there.
So okay, so now it's also got like hostile style sleeping. So we was like, we're gonna go home. So we go home. We come back the next day. Next day, we go to do a scene, some monologues. As soon as we start, everybody
Room
leaves.
clears, right.
Like it's
Dang.
like yeah. I was like, this is kind of fucked up, guys. Aren't you artists? This is kind of fucked up, guys. All right, I'm gonna move on though. As we're finishing up, we got like we supposed to be there for an hour. We fucked around for like 40 minutes. We got 20 minutes left, and another different naked white man shows up. This one's rather large, and you have y'all seen Dragon Ball? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember those scenes where they show Goku naked? Yeah. There's like the little fist.
Oh.
Yeah, I was sad. It was.
Wait.
He's like, I'm gonna let Phil think about that. We have to get off air because
we gotta
we've got
go.
shows coming up. Phil, just let it stew, Phil. Let it stew. Little fist. Just
said
keep thinking about
what?
Little Fist. We've got Talk Lately coming up next. With I'm out of here.
Welcome back. This is Nate, host of the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BigExposedRadio.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook on our page as well as our group, The Artist Exchange. Also, go to our website, www.BigExposedRadio.com for all the updates